Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
I named the dog Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints.
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is my fantabulous friend Frank. How are you today?
I'm doing good, man. Staying home and trying to be a good citizen. How about yourself?
I am also staying home and being a good citizen, because that is what we're rule followers, Frank, and that's what we're supposed to do. We are not talking about a rule follower today, however.
No, that is true.
No, so they're quite in the antithesis to rule following. But before we talk about our main topic for this evening, day, morning, eventide, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a delicious Boulevard Brewing limited edition chocolate ale.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that is sounds delicious. Where did that come from?
From Boulevard Brewing.
Do you know where they are off? Boulevard. I'm just curious if I can get it or where I am.
They're off the Boulevard. They're right down the street. I'm definitely looking it up right now. Boulevard also makes like the Tank 7, which I think is really, really good. But where are they based? Kansas City.
Oh,
Kansas City's beer.
Cool.
That's what they refer to themselves as.
Oh, well, so I guess I probably can't get them around here then if they're coming all the way from Kansas City.
I mean, I got it here in Massachusetts, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get it near you.
I'm sure I can.
It's I see Boulevard Tank 7 in lots of stores and on good beer menus, but this limited release chocolate ale might be harder to come by because it is limited release after all. But it is delicious, and it's interesting because it's an ale and not like chocolate stouts are pretty common, but a chocolate ale is a little different. It's like an American style ale. Yeah, and it's got some really nice. It's lighter than like a chocolate stout or porter would be. Really, really solid. It's got some. It's very malty. It even has like sort of a banana-y flavor in there. I think that's more of a side effect than an actual banana being in there. But it's really, really, really good.
Banana beer is a thing.
I know. You've had it. You've had it on the show. I've tried it before.
Yes, I have had it on the show.
I love banana based beers. Makes sense. Banana bread, banana beer. It all goes together. But
I was going to say I love banana based bread myself. So
I have banana bread at home right now. Marissa made some for breakfast, and it was
delicious. Oh, my wife makes an excellent banana bread. Maybe nice. I can. Oh, I think she bought bananas for that purpose. So
wonderful.
I will tell her not to eat them so we can make banana bread.
There you go.
I mean,
there you go. Yes.
You're good.
Excellent. So yes, that's what I'm drinking. What are you enjoying today?
I am enjoying something I've enjoyed on the show before, which is a new Belgium Glutiny beer, which is the reduced gluten stuff. So I need to clear out the stuff in my fridge before I get new stuff in the fridge, but I'm actually going to go today to get stuff in the fridge so I can actually get stuff in the fridge, before we can't get anything anymore.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
So I have to go do that.
Yes. Now it seems like the time to do that. Yeah, the Glutiny really. I looked for it this week as I was going shopping. I didn't see it anywhere, but I'm keeping my eyes open for it because I really want to try it ever since you mentioned it. Also, quick follow up on last week. I let Marissa hear the clip of when I accidentally when I realized the slow terror dawned on me that I had been drinking her beer. Her gluten-free beer, and she laughed so hard that she said it was worth it just for the laugh. It was worth losing the beer just for the laugh. So there you go.
Oh, that's good. That's a good relationship you have there.
Yeah. So
very
that's follow up on last week. But we're here to talk about maybe a less functional relationship.
Good segue. Frank, we're here to talk about DC Universe's Harley Quinn. And we're not just talking about generically the character here. We're talking about the DC Universe streaming service. And we're talking about their excellent cartoon, 13 episodes, Harley Quinn, in which she emancipates herself from the Joker, I guess. Or tries to throughout the entirety of the season. 2 hilarious hijinks and so forth.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, so Frankie, I made you watch this first. I had finished it, but I made you watch it, and then you picked it up on your own. So tell me your thoughts.
I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea this was going to be like the Adult Swim version of Harley Quinn, and it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Yeah. What a ride! Like what a thrill ride! And how it was so fun and meta, and like there were lots of inside jokes for just DC fans. Like if you're just a fan of any DC stuff at all, if you know the DC universe in any sense, like there were just lots of jokes that are just for you. So great, so much fun. So not for kids. So fun though.
Oh, so not for kids. Not even remotely close to kids. It's like for kids the way Archer is for kids.
Yeah. You know? Right. It's like, very much like Archer.
Yeah. Like, oh, no. But you're right about it being so DC. That's what I really like about the DC universe is that the streaming service, in that it's like you have to be a fan of DC originally to even like want to sign up for something that is like strictly DC universe.
Yeah.
And so... And that kind of so they kind of, I guess, play into that. So like if you're a fan of the DC universe, we're going to make jokes and make references and talk about stuff that we don't even have to that we'd have to explain in a regular person's movie. But here, you're the fans. You already get the joke.
Yes, exactly. And it's so smart that they're doing that. Like they know who their audience is. They know the people who have the streaming service are going to get these jokes. So they're giving them to them, you know, like, Here you go. Here's humor made just for you. It's very inside, but like, which is sort of risky because it's not maybe tailor-made for new audiences, but it's great for the people who are already in the audience. And it just, which is me. So it's great for me. Absolutely love it. Great cast.
100%. You're either talking extreme character actors or people that fit their characters' voices so well that that it sounds like they've been playing them for years. Like Kaylee Cuoco's Harley Quinn is excellent. It's probably the best voiced Harley Quinn since Arlene. Well, maybe Tara Strong. Actually, I'd say Tara
Strong is pretty. Yeah,
was the second. Was the second Harley Quinn. Arlene originated the character's voice, and then Tara Strong. But she's different than all of those other characters. They've like played off of like Harley's from Queens. I think she's from Queens. Harley's originally from Queens, and they kind of play on that accent and everything like that. But I don't think that Kaylee's does, but she plays off of the like freneticism of Harley instead.
Yeah,
and, like that anger issue Harley, and she's really funny. She's so funny.
So funny. It is a little bit of a different take. You're right, and I kind of enjoy that because you expect her to be very like squeaky voice and very heavy like New York accent and all these things. And even Margot Robbie did that to an extent because those were like hallmarks of the character. Mm-hmm. But Kaylee Cuoco took it in a little bit of a different direction, and you're right, the like neurotic, frenetic energy is still there, but it's a little bit of a different take on the character, and I like it. It's good.
I do too. I would say that across the board, the take on quote unquote the characters are of their own. Of the show's own making, because like talk about inside, like the inside joke. So Clayface is like a thespian, like a terrible thespian.
But funny.
But Basil Carlo, like one of the Clayfaces of the world, was an actor, and so like it's a joke within the joke, like Clayface because he can transform, so he's an actor. But also he was an actor before he became Clayface,
right?
So it's just the theater.
Yes. Oh, so funny. Oh, my God. It's so funny. It gets me every time. He's so over the top.
Mm-hmm. And I really, it's actually a dynamic that has played out since Batman the Animated Series, but there's like the straight lead of the straight arrow lead of Poison Ivy to the like craziness of Harley Quinn, I think plays off super well with Lake Bell and Kaylee. Yeah, and especially even considering they're not in the same room when they record.
I was wondering about that.
I saw an interview with them where they talked about not being in the same room, but they notice who gets more swears each episode, so they keep trying to add more swears in. They're like, oh no, she can't have that one. Like, I want that one. So, like, and they'll just like keep adding more and more. But Lake Bell's Poison Ivy Lake Bell's underappreciated, I think, across the board.
Agreed.
But her Poison Ivy is great because she's like the only sane person in this entire world. Like, her and Batman are the only sane people in this entire crazy world.
Exactly. She's the straight man in this whole group, and it's, does it work? And she's so good at it. She's so good at being the one, like, rational person in this whole group of crazies.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who, like, doesn't belong in Arkham. She just belongs in a regular prison. She doesn't belong in a prison for the criminally insane. She's a criminal, but she's not insane.
No, but she is in Arkham, in the first episode, right? She is in there, and they're just like, I love when the guards freak out, where some kid's like, here, I got you this cactus, and they're like, no, plant! And they're like, burn it, and they're like, no, plants within 100 feet of Poison Ivy. Like, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I like King Shark too. I think he's funny. It almost reminds me of Bruce from Finding Nemo, where he's like, I want to be your friend, and it's not my fault I'm a scary monster, but when I have to be, I'll have to be.
I know. And Ron Funches is so good. He's such a great stand-up comedian, and he's and an actor, but I think he's best known for his stand-up comedy, and he's so good in this role. I personally love him, so I'm really I love seeing that. There's some really great like uses of a lot of DC characters make their way into this show throughout the 13 episodes or whatever it is.
That's right. Because the conceit of the show is that Harley is broken up with the Joker, and she needs to prove her worth as a supervillain to the supervillain community. So she sees by doing that she needs to get into the Legion of Doom, which is so male-centric. But also that the Legion of Doom is filled with tons of DC characters, and so they just slide their way into frame. Even if some of them don't even say anything, they're just somebody's always there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told you before, like, it's not even just Bat-centric.
No, it's not. And I thought it would be. I thought it'd be very Bat-centric. And so I wasn't sure it was really for me, but wow, wow, yeah, not just Bat-centric, and really, not just Bat-centric in terms of the characters and the stories, and the humor is so just. I don't even know how to describe it, but it very much is like Archer, like
it's like absurdist, a pun, dry, absurdist humor.
Yes, yes, extremely absurdist, and all rooted in this DC universe and this stable of DC characters who I personally have a huge attachment to. So, so fantastic. It's the show I never knew that I wanted, but I really was happy once it was there.
Me too, because we make fun of the things that we love, right?
Yeah,
and we love the DC universe, so to have a show that just pokes fun at itself all the time is great. Who is your favorite? Actually, two questions. So I guess, who's your favorite member of the gang? Like the core gang. So there's Clayface and King Shark and the plant whose name I can't remember. Jamie
Frank.
Smooth.
His name is Frank.
Frank. I'm sorry.
Come on, Tim. Have some respect.
Sorry. Yo, where are you hiding the good TV?
Jamie Smooth is great.
He's so good. And then, there's Sid the landlord. Is it Jason? That one's not Jason Alexander. Yeah, that's
totally
Jason Alexander.
Is Jason Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked that one up because I was so confident it was him.
Yeah. Well, I always get, because Wayne Knight plays the Penguin, and I can't, sometimes they flip in my head which one plays which one, because I think they both could play each one.
Which
really
Seinfeld actor was it? Yeah. No, it's definitely Jason Alexander is the landlord.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so out of that core group of like Harley, Poison Ivy, King Shark, Clayface, Psycho, Dr. Psycho.
Yes, Dr. Psycho. No, Ivy. Poison Ivy is definitely my favorite.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite.
I identify with her the most, of being like, am I the only one here who who's just like in the trying to keep everyone well behaved.
Yep. Yeah, she's my favorite too, and I think her relationship with Kite Man is a big part of that, because Kite Man is just the best, and hell yeah. So now you didn't read Tom King's run on Kite Man, right?
I did not.
On Batman.
Like Tom King on Kite Man. Now that's interesting. No, I did not.
I'm on board because Kite Man is a recurring character in his entire run, and so the hell yeah of Kite Man comes from Tom King's run, which is so recent, which is what blows my mind that they're like, let's use Kite Man and incorporate hell yeah, because it's barely a couple years old, but there's whole issues of Kite Man like being not as absurdist as he is in the book, but like whenever he gets something like barely done, it's hell yeah. But then there's a huge payoff later in one of the books where Batman comes back to spoilers. Batman comes back to Gotham and captures Kite Man. It's like the first one that he captures, and Kite Man's like, "Wait, you're back?" And Batman goes, "Hell yeah!"
I love that. That's great.
It's so good. It's great. Yeah, I was like, why did you ask me to go? Taking a cab would be easier.
I know.
I know. You know it. I know it. Taking a cab would be faster. I love that. What about some of the other DC characters that pop up? Villains. Let's talk about villains. The Alan Tudyk's the Joker, I think, is
great.
Superb.
Yes.
Not even just as a parody of the Joker, but he's actually just a really good version of the Joker.
Yes.
Which I like.
Yes.
Like I think that even about some of them are parodies of their characters, but others are like that's like Harley's not a parody of her character. That's Harley,
right? That's right. Yeah,
you could even argue Poison Ivy is the same. Bane is a parody of.
Bane is a parody. I'm going to blow up this cheese plate.
That's why I'm going to blow up Gotham Stadium. There's a meme floating around. So I'm going to blow up COVID-19. It's good. I love that. Like, even like he's always eating something or whatever, but it's always through the mask. So like when he's at the wing place, the sauce is all over his mask. It's so good. Oh,
so great.
I chose the fish a long time ago, and you took it from me.
I love that. Yeah. I love. I've got Alfred Molina as Mr. Freeze.
Yes, that was great. I forgot it was Alfred Molina. That was such a surprise when he popped up. He does a lot of DC voices. He crops up a couple of times in animation work. He was the voice of Ares in the Wonder Woman movie. The very good animated one, and he obviously was Dr. Octopus in the live action Spider-Man 2. And I want to say he did something else. Might have been he might have played Felix Faust in the Justice League Dark movie, something like that. I think he's cropped up a couple of times. So like in the back of my mind, I'm like, does Alfred Molina like this stuff, or does he just like getting a paycheck? But sometimes you wonder when these, not so much voice actors, but actors who like come in to do these projects and they kind of keep recurring, but they play different characters. I'm like, ooh, I wonder if you just are. I wonder if you're a comic fan.
Yeah,
I wonder if Alfred Molina just likes this stuff.
Clearly, this show is made like by fans, right? Like very, very clearly. Everybody who works on this show and writes for this show like knows their stuff, and it shines through.
I agree. Do you like Diedrich Bader's Batman? Because he was Batman in Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, I've always liked his Batman. I've always been into that. Yeah,
I do too. I actually like having him be a serious Batman because he's the other straight man in the show. And I enjoy seeing because he was like the straight-laced version in Brave and the Bold too, where everybody else was absurd around him, but this is a less ridiculous version of Batman. He's pretty much just Batman. But I think his dynamic with manic Jim Gordon is my favorite combo. in this show.
And wow, with the Jim Gordon, like, and that's Chris Maloney from
oh, is that who it is? Oh, great. Law and Order.
Law and Order fame, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Maloney's done a bunch of DC voice work too. He was Hal Jordan in one of the he was Hal Jordan in one of the first Green Lantern movie, First
Flight.
First Flight, yeah,
that was a great movie.
Yeah. I don't remember liking that one actually very much.
Okay.
That the voice cast for that one was excellent though. I remember Victor Garber was Sinestro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the voice cast was excellent, but I don't remember loving the movie for some reason. I should go back and watch it. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many of those. You know, we should beer with geeks. Some of those.
That's true.
Go back and start from the beginning. And
a lot of that would be nostalgia too.
Yeah, some of those came out over 10 years ago now. So
yeah,
Superman Doomsday was
like
a long
2006.
time ago.
It was like
they made a
years
different
ago.
version of the Death of Superman. That's how long ago the first one came out.
In the same sort of series of films, they made a new adaptation of the same source work.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I would love to do that. That's a good call. I love that Clayface's hand is a separate character.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It kind of reminds me of not Cousin It, but I guess what is it? Thing from Addams Family.
Oh yeah,
because it kind of does its own thing,
having its own. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the mall as their base of operations as the show goes on?
Like no one's gonna look there.
Nope. Oh man, how fast did you watch it? Because I watched it weekly, so I
binged it all. I binged it in like 3 binges maybe. Because they're like 20-minute episodes, so the 13 episodes only add up to a few hours. So like I watched them like 2 hours at a time, and I was done in like 3 sittings, or less. So, yeah, that's so I got it, and I think it's really good for that. I think it's really bingeable because like I want like an hour or 2 of that kind of laughter, and it was like the kind of thing I could put on while I was cooking or cleaning or doing dishes or whatever, doing laundry, and still be following along with the plot, but not necessarily needing to sit there and just watch. It's perfect for that kind of stuff. It was so perfect for that. I love that.
Yeah, that's good. Did you like the portrayal of Superman and Lois in this show? Remember Harley kidnaps Lois and because you're a Superman fan, so I always wonder what your
I mean there wasn't much to dislike, so yeah, of course. I didn't really have a problem with it. I wasn't familiar with I don't know who did Superman's voice, but it was fine. It was good.
I know Natalie Morales did Lois Lane.
Oh, I love her. I love Natalie Morales.
Yeah, I do too. I haven't seen her in anything for a while. Last thing I saw her in was, oh goodness, it was the show with one of the Savage guys.
She had
the lawyer show.
Oh, I don't think I know about that actually.
I know she really good. I wish it was still on.
She had a very short-lived series on NBC. Like it went like a couple episodes, and where she was the star, and it got canceled after just a couple episodes, which was too bad. But I actually was just watching an episode that she was in Parks and Rec. I just watched one of those episodes a couple days ago, and was just thinking like I haven't seen her in anything in a while, and I really really like her.
Well, you saw her as Lois Lane.
There you go.
So there you go. She just live action. She'd be a great live action Lois Lane too. Now that I think about it, but James, I used my one look up. James Wolk played Superman. He played Senator Keene in Watchmen. Guy that wanted
in the show Watchmen. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually kind of looks. He's got a Superman-ish.
He does have a Superman look. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, I really recommend. I really recommend having DC Universe. Period. I've not really been disappointed with anything that's on there, and some things I'm actually sad that they're not. Titans is good. It gets better in the second season. I think that Titans might be their weakest one actually.
Oh, interesting.
As of right now, and I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it was just definitely like, they set for a tone that they decided to like work against eventually, but they're still kind of in but not. And so but anyway, but they feel that one feels a little hamstrung, but where like Harley Quinn is anything is game. Like you could do anything, you could make fun of anything, include anyone you want. Whereas Titans doesn't really have that opportunity.
Right.
Same with Young Justice. Like you can have anybody on the show that you want. It doesn't matter. Like go for it. Litter away.
It seems like with the animated shows and the these sillier shows, like they're almost treating it like Lego Star Wars, where it's like, yeah, do whatever you want because it's all parody, it's all lampooning, it's all making fun. But with the serious shows where it's actual continuity, they're trying to be a lot more thoughtful about, all right, let's not, you can't have that character or you can't have that storyline because we want to save that for something serious.
Right.
But in these wacky, silly shows, it's like, go for it, whatever. It's just parody anyway, so it's fine. It's not real continuity,
Right, exactly. So, but I think that's where they're shining, DC shining with their parody and their continuity, their out of continuity, I guess, shows that are just kind of, like you said, lampooning on everything.
Yeah.
Because Titans is good. Swamp Thing was excellent. That was the one that I think is incredibly disappointed that it got canceled and is not coming back. We've talked about that on the show before. I still think about it sometimes because it just had such potential and they had to wrap it up so fast, and the last episode does not hold up to the rest of the season, and I just wish that it would find its way back somewhere else because, by gosh, it was so good. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But I would definitely, I mean, it's like $6 a month. It's so cheap.
Yeah.
The DC universe. And, like if $6 a month, you could just pay the $6 to watch Harley Quinn in like 3 days, and then that would still be cheaper than like buying it online or anything like that. So you do get your money's worth.
The shows have been really, really good. Is Red Sun on there yet, or is it only available for purchase at this point?
I'm not sure. I think it's only available for actually. I thought they were actually doing a kind of I thought they were doing like a kind of available on DC Universe and for purchase kind of thing.
Got it.
But I'm not positive about that.
That's next on my slate. I need to watch that. I'll probably, since I'm got a lot of time on my hands at home, I will probably be watching that relatively soon. I look forward to seeing that because Red Sun is one of my absolute favorite stories of all time. That's the thing that got me collecting comics. Like got me back into it. So I need to watch that as soon as I can. If I need to buy it, I'll buy it. But if it's on DC Universe, obviously I'll watch it there.
It is not on DC Universe, so
Okay.
I think you still have to wait.
Gotta buy
a bit.
it. That's fine. I'll buy it.
Yeah, it was excellent. When you watch it, we can talk about talk about that too.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's plan to do that. Any other things to add? I loved Aquaman. The Aquaman episode was really funny.
It was. Yeah, that was when he comes in with the whole Legion, right?
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, I think. Oh, who's also good? Giancarlo Esposito as Lex Luthor.
Yes, Lex
Was very
Luthor.
good.
Yeah.
Because I like that they use the animated series design for Lex Luthor. That was fun.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. I always find, in any animated setting, I'm always comparing to Clancy Brown. But Giancarlo Esposito did a great job. It was a good interpretation of the character.
Yeah, I think outside of, say, like Harley and maybe a bit of Batman, like it'd be hard to say like this is my definitive version of the character because they're parodied. They're not meant to be your definitive.
That's right.
Versions.
That's right.
Yeah, arguably you could say the Joker, like because the Joker sometimes is always a bit of a parody of himself, and so you could, those are probably your only characters that you'd be like, this is who the character is. This is what they always represent and what they're always like and whatever else. But maybe a bit of Poison Ivy. I think she might be my favorite version of Poison Ivy, just in that she feels actually like an authentic person.
Yeah, that's right. She does. I love
kind of feels like a stand-in for other things.
Right.
So
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I loved her like, what, I'm evil because I like plants? Like, it's like, and she makes how outmoded that like her like whole thing is.
The whole concept,
crazy.
yeah.
The whole concept. Yes, I'm trying to save the planet. I'm truly, truly evil. Yes. Yes, I'm terrible.
Oh man.
Oh, good stuff.
Man,
Good stuff.
oh,
Yeah,
man, oh,
so
man.
I would definitely watch it, but you should also listen to all of our other Thought Bubble audio shows on thoughtbubbleaudio.com, where you can, of course, find Beer with Geeks at beerwithgeeks.com and Facebook, Gmail, and Twitter. And you can head over to patreon.com/thoughtbubbleaudio to support all of our shows. Frank's got a new show coming.
Yeah, I think we can talk about that here. It's called Fourth Time's the Charm.
Oh, I was talking about Superman and Lois TV Talk. But
I've got a new show. It's called Superman and Lois TV Talk, where we talk about the new TV show, Superman and Lois Lane, at supermantvtalk.com. But I've also got another side project called Fourth Time's the Charm, where my wife and I are trying to keep ourselves sane during all these weeks of staying home that we have ahead of us. So search on your favorite podcast client for Fourth Time's the Charm. And as two married people watch the same episode of television 4 times in a row and drive each other crazy, it's a lot of fun for us. We're laughing a lot, so we hope you do too.
That's good. But sometimes your laughter is infectious, Frank, so I'm sure I'll at least be laughing at you.
If nothing else, hey, I'll take it.
Good. Excellent. Well, Frank, this was a delightful conversation. I hope that somebody watches Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Especially if you just like good jokes. If you don't, I'll blow up this podcast.
Yes. All right, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, wash your hands. And until next time,
Cheers.
Cheers.